Hey there, this is Red. It's time for another episode of Red Plays. All right, what we've got on the board today is one of my favorite scenarios to play when I'm not playing Rhino, which I play, I know, all the time, lots of videos of Rhino, but when it comes around to election time, I really like to play Red Skull. So kind of helps get me in the mood of election day. So I'm going to take X23 up against Red Skull, and we'll see how that works out. So we've got X23 out here. She's going to be our hero, right? Got our 10 hit points out there. Got our claws ready. So part of setup is put our X23 claws into play. We got them into play. We're ready to go. All right, now I've got Red Skull out there, and we're just going to play standard Red Skull. We're not playing expert. And we need to take a look at our scenario setup here. So we have 1A, so we've got Red Skull 1, Red Skull 2, standard encounter set is in there, and the two modular sets, Hydra Assault and Hydra Patrol, they're in there. All right, setup, put the red house into play. All right, so here's the red house. We put the red house into play, which says Red Skull cannot take damage. When a character thwarts the side scheme, they may use their attack instead of their thwart, and we put 3 on there. So I will put 3 out here on top of that, which you can't see probably because it's hidden by the card. Ha-ha. All right. So put the red house into play, shuffle every other side scheme into the side scheme deck, which is up here. I did that. Set it next to the encounter deck. Well, it's kind of close to the encounter deck. Set the sleeper aside out of play. So the sleeper is up in the top corner of here, aside and out of play. All right, so then we flip on over to 1B. So we have forced response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, reveal the top card of the side scheme deck and put it into play. All right, so we're going to end up with lots of side schemes, which I'll be interested to see how X23 does thwarting against all of these side schemes. All right, so put that back out there. And it doesn't start with any on it, and it's +1 per player per turn. All right, so we're going to switch back over here to Laura's side, and we're going to grab some cards. All right, let's take a look at Red Skull real fast. We'll take a look at Red Skull. Red Skull 1 has, Red Skull gets +1 attack for each side scheme in play. Freedom is only for the ones who rule. All others must be slaves. Yeah, nice guy. All right. So we got him up there. We're going to grab 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what we come up with here. We have regenerative longevity. So healing is not great for us at the beginning. Direct approach. A bunch of animal instinct, which are nice for thwarting, and endurance is going to be nice. I'm not going to need a moment of triumph. These direct approaches may come in very handy here. Attached side scheme gains assault, which means I can attack it instead of going after it with thwarts, which could be good for me. All right. Do we hold on? So not having 2 animals. So I'm going to get rid of these 3 cards, because really I want some of my like Sisterly Bond and getting Honey Badger out. Those are some of the cards I'm really looking for, and I don't have any of those yet. And getting these cards is not helping me any. Oh, there's an upgrade. So we got our Puncture Wound, but that's for hitting Red Skull, which really isn't going to do us a lot of good. So, all right, we're into our turn. So what are we going to do in our first turn here? So I don't have Honey Badger Sisterly Bond in my discard pile, so my special effect on the Laura Kinney side, which is shuffle them in, doesn't do me any good. So we're going to go ahead and flip on over to X23. And just refresher, X23 says, after X23 takes any amount of damage, ready X23. So great for getting her back up and running, and it pairs really nicely with her claws, which say exhausted claws, take 2 damage. She gets +2 attack until the end of the round. So it's an awesome combo that lets her do like a thwart and an attack per round. It's kind of nice stuff. Or you could double attack, but I think in this case there's going to be a lot of the whole thwarting thing going on. Okay, so I can't really do any damage to Red Skull while Red House is in play, and I need to thwart 3 off of there in order to make that happen. So I think what I can do here, so I could thwart first off, but I don't have anything else out here to thwart on. Well, that's kind of annoying. There's not really a whole lot I can do other than work on the Red House right off the bat because I can't hit Red Skull while he's out there. Actually, I could hit him. So I'm taking a look at my puncture wound here, and it says, attached to an enemy that X23 or Honey Badger attack this turn. Enemy gets -1 attack. So the fact that he cannot take damage does not mean that I can't attack him. So I could attack him and put my puncture wound on there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing is we're going to exhaust and we're going to attack Red Skull. So I do 1 damage. He doesn't take any damage because the Red House is out there, but I can put my puncture wound on him. All right, so then I'm going to exhaust my claws. I'll take 2 damage from exhausting my claws. When I do that, I take damage so I can ready. So now I'm at 3 attack. I'm going to go ahead and attack the Red House. So I can use my attack instead of my thwart, which I will do because I'm at 3. And we'll get rid of the Red House. So Red House goes away. All right. Pop, pop, pop. We're exhausted now. Let's go ahead and get an endurance into play. We will use our... What will we use to play that? Well, I don't have anything in my victory display, so I'm going to go ahead and use my critical hit to get my endurance into play. And that's going to give me +3 hit points. So we'll mark another 3 up here. We're up to 13 total. And then I've got Animal Instinct. I can probably hold on to the direct approach. I'll hold on to also. Let me move this out of the way a little bit so we have a better discard pile action going on there. I don't confuse it with my other side schemes that are going to come out this game. All right, now we're going to be done. I'm thinking, do I discard one of these or hold on to all of them? I really want to get to some of my sideboard building. I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. And I'm going to draw back up to 5 cards. So keep them busy, an energy, and a genius. Right. Before I get to all of my allies, I get all of my extra resources out. Yeah, I can tell this is going to be a good game. Okay. So first off, we're going to go to Red Skull's turn. So we have over here on Rise of Red Skull, we're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme, and after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, reveal the top card of the side scheme deck. So I wanted to double check first phase, I thought, but I wanted to make sure. I went and grabbed my little reference card, all right? So first part is place threat on the main scheme. So I thought that was the case. I wanted to double check. So we did this. Now we trigger our forced response here. So after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, reveal the top card of the side scheme deck and put it into play. So we can grab the top card of the side scheme deck and we get upside down. Censorship of the past. Hydra controls all the media outlets and uses propaganda to turn the masses against the heroes of the past. So when defeated, each player chooses up to 3 cards in the discard pile and shuffles them into their deck. And we're going to get an acceleration token there. So luckily we just got past that. And we have 3 on there. All right, so 3 threat. And then we are over to the villain. So what's the villain going to do? So Red Skull sees X23 out here. So Red Skull is going to want to attack X23. He has 0 attack. He's got a puncture wound on him that gives him -1 attack. So he is actually at -1 attack right now. So do I defend against this? Oh, sorry. I should have unexhausted all this stuff at the end of my turn. So do I defend against this? He's doing no damage. I could defend. If I take damage, I'm exhausted, but I would ready back. So I would exhaust to defend. If I take damage, then I can ready back up. But he's at -1, and it's likely as possible that I don't take any damage. I think I would rather just take the damage, because what it would be unfortunate is to go into my round exhausted and start from that standpoint. So we're just going to take it at this point. All right, so he's attacking. He's got -1. We're going to give him a boost, and he boosts for 2, so he's actually going to do 1 to me. All right. So we take 1 damage. There we go. All right, then we move on to his actual encounter. So let's see what we run up against. We get Hail Hydra, Treachery. When revealed, each Hydra minion engaged with the hero makes an attack against the hero. Each player who was not attacked this way searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and puts it into play engaged with them. Shuffle the encounter deck. All right, so I need to get a Hydra minion out there and put it into play, engaged with me. So who do I want? So there's some Hydra Flame guys. Do they have any in here that are... They probably don't have any that are 1 health. That would be really nice. So if I'm not there, then I'm at 3 health. Wow, there's some big ones in here. That one's got Quick Strike. I don't think we want to go with somebody with Quick Strike. Hydra Regular puts Incite on there. Oh, I think we're going to do a Hydra Regular. The Flame Soldier's got 4 health. That's more than I want to deal with on the side. So I think the Hydra Regular it is. All right, so he's got Incite 1. It says when the card, take a look at the Hydra Regular I'm bringing into play here. So Incite 1, when this card is revealed, place 1 threat on the main scheme. So we're going to add 1 more threat to the main scheme. It's up to 2. And at 8 is when we go out. So it's up to 2, goes up to 8. Drop him back out here. He's got 2 health. All right. So that's the end of the villain phase. We're back over to the hero turn. So after the player phase begins, so we're taking a look at our puncture wound here. After the player phase begins, discard this card and deal 3 damage to the attached enemy. So Red Skull's going to take 3 damage. So he's down to 7. Okay. Hero turn. What are we going to do on the hero turn? So that's going to give us an acceleration. That's going pretty quick. We've got to keep them busy, which, if I defeat that, I get to take 5 threat from the main scheme, but it's only at 2, so it doesn't really do me any good. I have all these resources and not a whole lot to do with them right now. All right, so what do we do here? I think we're going to use our Animal Instinct right now. Our Animal Instinct says when X23 makes a basic thwart, she gets plus X thwart for this thwart, where X is equal to her attack. So her attack is 1 right now, and she's going to get that out onto her thwart, so she's at 3. We will exhaust to hit the sensor, the past for 3. All right. Actually, I didn't think about that. There was a side scheme in play, so I should have taken another damage from Red Skull. I missed that because the side scheme comes out automatically. Should have counted that in. So we'll mark that up. Okay, so I get that one out of there. Next up is we're going to use our claws. So we'll exhaust our claws. We'll take 2 damage. It's starting to stack up to get ready again. So that gets us up to 3 attack. We'll use our 3 attack to take out the Hydra Regular. So boom, he's gone. Now we're at the end of our turn. I think we're going to get rid of all of these here in order to try to get some cards that we need. We're exhausted because we attacked there at the end of the turn. And so we're done. Remove our exhaust tokens, and we're going to go back up to 5 cards. I'm going to need to take a little break here because I'm getting some wounds on me. All right, finally, got one of my signature cards there. There's a Sisterly Bond. So when Honey Badger thwarts or attacks, add X23's power to Honey Badger. But the problem is I don't have Honey Badger yet. All right, so we've got Richter. Richter is, after Richter attacks, discard the top card of your deck, deal 1 damage to each minion engaged with you for each resource on the discarded card, which I just got rid of all of my double resources. So, yeah. Working out great. This game's going fantastic, like normal. This is kind of how it goes. All right, so we're going to go over to the villain side. Villain side, we put 1 threat on the main scheme. So we're up to 3. Now we've got our forced response where we get a side scheme. So let's see what our side scheme is. Our side scheme is Mass Chaos. So what do we got here? We have, when revealed, each player discards the top 5 cards of their deck and places 1 threat here for each different type of resource icon they discarded in this way. Okay, so we're going to discard the top 5 cards of my deck. So let's see what we have here. We have Direct Approach, Shatter, Star, Critical Hit, IPAC, and Regenerative Longevity. All right, so I have 2 different icons. So we'll put 2 on there. Okay. Now, we're going to Red Skull. Red Skull sees X23 out there. He has no puncture wound. We do have a side scheme out there. I got to keep that in mind. So he has 1 bonus attack right now. We will defend against this attack. So we're going to exhaust to defend against this. Draw a card, and we get a boost of 1. So that means he attacks for 2. I defend for 2. I don't unexhaust. That's problematic. Okay. At the end of his attack, we're going to draw our encounter card. Our encounter card is Bitter Rival, Treachery. When revealed, exhaust a character you control for each side scheme in play. Well, I'm already exhausted. So I would have been exhausted anyway. That works out. Okay, I'm all right with that. So all in the end, we're good. Okay, now we're back over to X23's turn, hero turn. So what are we going to do on our turn here? We're exhausted, annoying. We can get a Now I'm Mad out. We can get Richter into play. I think we'll do that. So after Richter attacks, deal 1 damage to each minion engaged for you for each resource on the discarded card. I'm probably only going to do 1 damage, and there are no minions in play right now. So not great, but we can work on that. All right, so I'm going to use my Now I'm Mad. Do I use my Now I'm Mad? So I got to think about this. I'm exhausted. I can ready up by using my claws to get this Mass Chaos out of there. Because I can't Oh, I can't hurt Red Skull. I can attack Red Skull directly. Richter attacks her too. He's only got one thwart, so he's not awesome at thwarting. So what do I go after? Do I get the direct approach? I can put the direct approach. I can just take the Mass Chaos out, but I have to hurt myself to ready up is the problem. And I really need to take some off of that, or we'll probably jump that into, because it's going to go up one. He's going to scheme. We'll probably jump into the second one if I go over at this point in time. Don't like how that's panning out. All right, I do want to bring Richter into play. So let's get Richter out. So we'll spend 3. Actually, we'll hold on to our direct approach. Well, I'm going to spend it for something else anyway. We'll get Richter into play. All right, and then we're going to use our direct approach to get Now I'm Mad out. So that gives me, when your hero's remaining hit points are less than half your hero's starting hit points, you get +1 attack and -1 thwart. Right now, my starting hit points was 10, and I've taken 6 damage. So I would be at that halfway mark. The downside to that is it's going to give me -1 thwart. So I could attack for a lot, but if I do that, well, maybe that's good. Maybe that's what I want to do, is ready up, attack for a bunch, because I could hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, another 2 more. That would be 6 damage. We could get him down to 1. Then I go over to my alter ego and rest up, I think. I think that's what we'll do, so we'll see how that works out. All right, so we're going to exhaust our claws, which unexhausts X23, but we take 2 damage. So now we're up to 8. Ouch. We will exhaust to attack. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4 damage to Red Skull. So he's going to go from 7 down to 3. All right, then we'll attack with Richter. Richter attacks for 2. Red Skull's down to 1. Now I think I still have to do his thing, unfortunately, which is after Richter attacks, discard the top card of your deck, deal 1 damage to each minion engaged with you. So I still think I need to do, well, it's not a forced response. So it's just a response. So I'm not going to do that. If it was a forced response, I think I would have to discard that card. But I don't think I have to. I think I get to choose whether I want to do that response or not. So we're not going to do it. All right, I'm going to flip over to Laura Kinney, and we'll unexhaust everything here. And we're going to draw 6 cards. That's really what I wanted to do, was get the 6 cards. It's kind of, I need some cards. All right. 4, 5, 6. Where's my honey badger at? I need some honey badger. Well, I got some of my good permanents here. So I've got my Grim Resolve upgrade, so I can take a damage and generate a resource. I've got my Sisterhood. Exhaust Sisterhood, discard an X23 card from your hand. Search your deck and discard pile for Honey Badger. Add her to your hand. So that one I like. Pain Tolerance. After you play X23 card, heal 1 damage from your identity, which I could very much use. And then we get to do a little bit of extra damage, possibly overkill. Not too worried about that. All right. That is the end of my turn. We're going to go over to the villain's turn. So, top of the villain's turn, we put 1 third out of the main scheme. We're up to 4 out of 8. We're going to draw, and we get Hydra Patrol. Hydra soldiers perform routine patrols to maintain and control the territory. So we have, when defeated, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and puts it into play, engage with them. Shuffle the encounter deck. And we're going to put 2 on here. All right, another small one, but it's got our little alert icon on there. We've got two side schemes in play, and Red Skull's got a bonus of 2 at this point in time, so that's not cool. But he's down to 1 health. We're going to go to Red Skull 2 pretty quick here. All right. That Red Skull is now going to see Laura instead of seeing our hero out there, so he's going to scheme. He schemes for 2. He's going to get a boost of attached to Red Skull. Ooh, he's going to get his gun. So Red Skull's Luger. Red Skull's attack gain piercing and ranged. I have to spend 3 resources to discard it. It's going to give him +1 attack and +1 scheme. All right, so he's going to scheme for 2. He gets no boost. Oh, no, he gets no boost out of that. So he's just going to scheme for 2. I don't think that comes into play as it's played. I don't know. Maybe someone could correct me if I'm wrong on that one. But he's up to 2. All right, I'm going to draw a counter card. The counter card is, boom, a Hydra Flame Soldier. After Hydra Flame Soldier makes an undefended attack against you, discard a support card. All right, he's got 4 health. Not a whole lot of attack and stuff, but he's got enough to be annoying. All right. End of the villain's turn. We're over to the hero turn. All right, hero side of stuff. How do we want to handle this? So I need to rest up because I'm getting kind of low on health. So we're going to start off by recovering and getting 4 health back. So as an action, I can shuffle Honey Badger or Sisterly Bond, which I think is in my pile here, back into the deck. Yep. So we can shuffle the Sisterly Bond back into the deck, and then I get to draw a card. All right. That works out well. I have very few cards left in my deck here, so where's my Honey Badger? Come on, need the Honey Badger. All right, we get not Honey Badger, X Bunker. All right, how are we going to work this one? So first thing is we're going to flip on back on over to X23. Now, I don't have the 3 resources to discard to get rid of the Luger. Unfortunate. I will probably only get 1 resource if I choose to use Richter's ability for the Hydra Flame Soldier. So if I do 3 damage to him, I will take him out. I really need to do some thwarting to get rid of those because that's getting close. But maybe I don't worry about it. I can't remember. So here's the thing: is I don't remember what the next side, the 2A is when I flip over. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Maybe I just go all at Red Skull and try to take him out, and then jump over to Red Skull 2 and see how that works out. That's a possible tactic. I could, let's see here. I do my claws, so we're going to do that anyway. Now, one of the problems is going to be the Flame Soldier is going to, well, he's going to make me discard a support. I don't have any supports out there. All right, so we're going to exhaust our claws. That's going to give us +2 attack. So we're +2 on the attack side right now. We're up to 3 attack. We're going to use our, well, we'll use an endurance to get our Grim Resolve into play. All right, and that's the exhaust, take a damage, generate a resource. All right, so Grim Resolve's in play. What I'm thinking is I could do a bunch of attack against Red Skull, and I would heal. Or maybe I turn that around, probably to hit the Hydra Flame Soldier right now. Getting the pain tolerance into play would be good. Sisterhood would be nice. I'm getting, well, I may end up discarding Honey Badger, so it may be good to get that out there. A Moment of Triumph isn't going to heal me a whole lot. I activated my claws. I should have taken 2 damage, which I don't think that I did, so I'll throw that on there. Let's see here. Claw Mastery gives me +2 attack until the end of the round, but attacking a whole lot is only useful if I do it on the Hydra Flame Soldier. So here's what I think we're going to do. We are going to attack the Hydra Flame Soldier with X23, so we'll get him down on health. So we're attacking for 3 on the Flame Soldier. All right, we will use Richter to attack Red Skull. So Richter's going to exhaust. He's going to attack Red Skull for 2. So that's going to take out Red Skull. Red Skull 1. All right. So Red Skull 2 is going to come into play. And we have, let's see here. Red Skull gets +1 attack for each scheme in play. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card. And he has 16 hit points? Yeah, 16. All right. So we'll queue him up with 16. 5, 10, 10, 5, and a 1. 16. All right, we're going to get a, make sure I got that right. Each player gets an encounter card. So we're going to toss an encounter card out there. All right, now we're going to reveal a card and see how many resources are on there. So we reveal Claw Mastery with 1 resource on it. So 1 damage to each minion engaged with you for each resource on the card. So the Hydra Flame Soldier is going to take 1 damage. That takes him out. All right. Now we're exhausted, exhausted, exhausted. So Claw Mastery, Pain Tolerance, all that stuff doesn't do a whole lot of good for me. I'm going to use my X Bunker and my Moment of Triumph to bring, do I bring Sisterhood into play? I think I do. I bring Sisterhood into play. All right, Sisterhood says, exhaust Sisterhood and discard an X23 card from your hand. Search your deck and discard pile for Honey Badger and add her to your hand. So we are going to do that. We're going to exhaust Sisterhood. We will discard Claw Mastery. And we'll get Honey Badger and add her to our hand. Where's she at? Oh, next card. All right, Honey Badger, now in our hand. All right, we will now, actually, yeah, I think we'll do that. We're going to get rid of our Pain Tolerance, and we're going to exhaust Grim Resolve to generate a resource. When I do that, I take a point of damage, and we can bring Honey Badger into play. All right. So at this point, do I... Ooh. So I've got all these things out here, and I could thwart off of there. So Honey Badger is going to exhaust to attack Red Skull and do 1 damage to Red Skull. All right. When she does that, she takes consequential damage. I can ready X23. Okay, X23 at this point in time is going to exhaust. And we're attacking for 1, 2, 3. Less than half my starting. When your hero's hit points are less than half, I'm right at half of my starting hit points, so I'm not less than half. Oh! Okay, so I don't get the bonus from that, so I'm doing 1, 2, 3 on my attack to Red Skull. So he's going to be down to 12. All right, so we are done at that point in time. Oh, Richter should be at 2. Sorry, he took another consequential damage. All right, unexhaust, 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 unexhaust. And we unexhaust all of that stuff. All right. Villain's turn. So we have, at the beginning of the villain's turn, 1 threat on the main scheme. We get another side scheme, and the side scheme is Hydra Reinforcements. When defeated, the player who defeated this scheme discards a non-elite minion. All right, he gets 2 on it. We get a lot of side schemes. He's going to attack for a lot. All right. That Red Skull is going to see X23 out there. He's going to come to attack. I am going to defend this one. So we will exhaust to defend. We're defending for 2. He's attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus a boost. Ouch. Okay, let's see what our boost is. So our boost is 1. So he's up to 6. I defend for 2. I take 4. Okay, that was more than I was planning on. So I've taken 9 out of 13. That's a lot. All right. We get another encounter card. All right, we're going to take a look at encounter card number 1. Encounter card number 1 says, Assault. When revealed, the villain attacks you. All right, so he's coming for me again. This time, do I put Honey Badger in front of this, or do I put Richter in front of this? Honey Badger only attacks for 1. I think we're going to put Richter in front of this because I could get another regenerative longevity. I only think I've played 1 of those so far, and I think there are 2 in the deck. Let me look through real fast. There's 1. Oh no, I think I've seen both of them. So I'm not going to get another regenerative longevity to make Honey Badger better to go back over. We'll block with Honey Badger. So Honey Badger is going to block Red Skull. He's attacking for bunches. Bunches plus 1. All right. So he takes out Honey Badger. So that's the thing I messed up last time. So Honey Badger has, after Honey Badger takes any amount of damage, ready X23. The problem is, in order for this response to kick off, Honey Badger has to be in play. So when she takes consequential damage, or she goes out of play like now from damage, I can't use that as a response, unfortunately. All right. So Honey Badger's out. On to our next card. Next card is Hydra Exo Soldier, Toughness. So I don't get the boost, which is good, but we have a big soldier out there. And he gets toughness. All right. So my best situation this turn would be... Ooh, I forgot to draw back up. Oh, bad me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I took damage when I got attacked, so I should be readied up. Okay. Soldier comes out. All right, how do we want to play this at this point in time? So if I could do 12 points of damage would be my best way to go right now. So let's see here. I could take my damage right off the bat. That would boost me up to 3, throw Claw Mastery on me and get me up to 5. Yeah, I think I've got him because I don't see anything out here. I don't see any guard out here. So I think that I may have him. And here's how this happens. So first thing we do is we activate our claws. So the claws go off. We take 2 damage. All right, so we're at 11 of 13. Right now we're attacking for 1, 2, 3. We have another one over here because we're below half. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I can play Claw Mastery, which gives me another +2. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I exhaust to attack for 6. So he's down to 6. All right. And then I exhaust my Grim Resolve to generate a Ooh, does that work? We'll do this. Because I'm trying to figure out how I get my extra... I need to spend a resource in order to play a card. Question is, can I just activate that and not use the resource? I don't know that I can do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Sisterhood. So I'm going to exhaust this, search my deck and discard pile for Honey Badger. So we'll get rid of our Puncture Wound. We'll bring Honey Badger back into my hand. We'll exhaust Grim Resolve, which is going to do me a point of damage. So now I'm at 11. That takes me up to 12 out of 13. So that gives me 1. This is 2. I bring Honey Badger into play. All right. Honey Badger. Ooh, when I do that, I get to ready because I took a point of damage. All right, I can do that max once per turn. At this point, though, I attack with X23. I do my last 6 and take him out. So, took out Red Skull. All right. Woohoo! I defeated somebody else using X23. So, it always feels good when I do this campaign and defeat this campaign. One of my favorite cards in this set is this card right here. So I think I could replace the faces with some other people, and we would have a very accurate kind of look as to some of what's going on. So anyway, got the victory. Very happy with that. I think last time I played this with Captain America and got the win. So X23 got through that. I kind of skipped by thwarting all of this stuff, which is all right. Not too much of a problem. Luckily, I didn't come out with anything that prevented me from attacking Red Skull. If that, this could have caused me a lot of pain, the Red House. But actually, getting that out of there early on worked well. So I don't know what happens if I would have shot over to 2A. So let's take a look at that real fast. So when revealed, reveal the top card of the side scheme deck and put it into play. All right, that may or may not have been bad. And then after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, reveal the top card of the side scheme deck and put it into play. All right. I actually wouldn't have ended up all that bad if the second one would have come out. So pretty good play. I didn't even get through the first of the main scheme. So pretty happy with X23 and how she played there. So let me know if I got any rule goofs, but got through that. So we'll have to look for another villain. Who should I play next? So we got Red Skull down. Do I go to one of the more recent, like the kind of the mutant-y sets of stuff? Keep in mind that if I play anybody hard, then I'm toast probably pretty early. But you got another character you're interested in seeing me play, let me know, and I'll give them a play. But that's it for this turn. So that's all for now, and thanks for watching.